Hello everyone, ladies, gentlemen, and otaku alike. This is Recall Reviews. Attilio back here again, and today I have another video about a video camera, or well in this case, a 2.5K digital camera. As you can see, it's kind of in a generic box, in not such bad shape considering the website I got this from. And at least it's a semi-official looking box, better than just a plain white box with camera written on it. But this is the device that is inside of this box. So I'll get you a closer look at this camera. This is actually kind of a cute little looking camera. I had multiple different options of different colors, but I thought that the silver and red looked a little just fun, retro style, very, very tacky. As you can see on the side here, it's got the micro SD slot, a jack that you can either use for some kind of headset or a microphone, which we're going to test out, as well as a USB-C charging port. Now, this cost me $18. I keep buying this stuff because I just have so much fun messing around with it. So in this case, we are going to take a little look at this, and you know what? Give me a second. I think that this is the perfect opportunity to test something else out that I also got for a whole, somewhere between $8 and $12, a video making kit. I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to use the tripod inside of it, but I'm certainly going to give the light and the microphone a try. And I'll record a bunch of stuff with this camera, with and without these extra accoutrements. So let's dive right into taking a look at what this camera can do, and we're going to look and see what it can do both indoors and outdoors. Now, I'm not quite sure how the audio is going to sound from this camera, and I'll hear it for the first time when I actually go to do the edit for this video. So, you're going to be hearing me split between the audio that is going to be coming from the microphone that is attached to my Sony 4K Handycam, the Takstar, as well as the raw audio from this 2.5K digital camera. There really is no other names or identifiers on it, so it's just a digital camera. Very generic, very basic. Right now I have it basically set to record in its highest resolution at 2.5K. Now, again, I don't know what the frame rate looks like. I don't know how the footage looks. I just opened this up today and had fun playing around with it. I got some driving footage. We're going to look at that now. Well, now that you got a good look at what its driving footage can do in all of its resolutions, we're going to take a look now at the other video resolutions in this immediate indoor setting and see how it looks, and of course you're going to see how it sounds. So let's take a look at the full HD setting. Well, this is what it looks like in its full HD setting, which I believe is 1080p. I'll take a look in the settings and I'll list it right about here at what resolution the camera says it is. So, what do you guys think? Does this look okay to you? Did the previous one look better? Does this one have better frame rates? Well, now we're going to go for the next step down to its regular high definition setting. And now it's set to its regular high definition setting. So it has three video modes. It has high definition, full high definition, and quality high definition. And the quality is the 2.5K. I believe that the full HD is 1080p, and the standard high definition is 720p. I will again confirm all these above me or below me, wherever I deem fit to put words. But now we're going to take a look in the outdoor setting, and I'm going to give the microphone in this a try. I'm going to continue filming with both cameras so I can use the audio from my Sony, just for clarity's sake, in case if this really doesn't turn out very well. But I will record with all three settings, as well as take some still frame photos with the 2.5K digital camera. And let's move on to that. Now, full disclosure here, I'm going to be bouncing between the footage from my Sony 4K Handycam, as well as the, well, I'm just going to call it the 2.5K Scamcorder, because that's really what this is. It's all a scam. It's just this camera that they promise you the world, and granted, thankfully it's not procured from a website that'll charge you $80 for a quote vintage look or anything like that. That just kind of resells these cheap Chinese scamcorders. So this is what it looks like outside in this kind of lighting. I'm not going to run through all the white balance settings. Maybe I'll save that for another video. Oh, it's starting to snow a little bit. That's kind of cool. Hanging out in the snow by the fire, cigar, got my drink over there. Real nice. But that aside, this is kind of what it looks like right out of the box, setting it to its highest fidelity, its highest video quality, and I'll film a little bit with the other video settings outside like this. So let's take a look at the full HD. So here it is, it's at its full HD quality, and again, I don't know what any of this looks like until I actually look at the footage. I didn't run any preliminary tests to gauge what I'd be working with. This is very right out of the box and get to filming. Just a grab and go, which is what a majority of people who would be getting a camera like this would be using it for. Just quick grab and go. Again, I'll be switching between the audio so you can kind of gauge what this sounds like with its built-in microphone, which again, I don't know until I sit down to edit this. And of course, comparing it to a far superior machine. Now let's take a look at its standard high definition. Now, this is the standard high definition setting, which again, I believe is 720p, which is the bare minimum an HD camera should do, at least a Scamcorder like this. Now, some of them record in VGA, so yeah, you can record in 4:3. I know another camera we're going to look at a little later on does, but again, this is what it looks like in its standard high definition setting. And the audio doesn't change, and here we are. With that being said, let's jump back to its highest quality, and we'll do the closing. Well, here we are again, back at its 2.5K video setting. That's pretty. I do like a good fire. A good fire and a smoke and a nice little drink. Again, you can't ask for any better. This is kind of my post-work ritual when I get home at a reasonable hour. But, you know, I gotta say, I'm hoping that I'm impressed by this camera. I will let you know in the outro, which I will properly film closing this video after I edit everything else, to give kind of a final opinion on just a grab-and-go functionality for this camera. So that was the test run of the Scamcorder, the 2.5K Scamcorder here. The video quality is about what I expected it to be. The frame rates were terrible, like really, really terrible. In its 2.5K setting, it was very, very low. I don't have the software, nor do I necessarily want to put in the exact work to determine the amount of frames that this camera gives you in that setting, but you can see it's low. Definitely not suitable for any projects. When you hit its 1080p and 720p functions, the video quality to me looks about the same. but the frame rates are a lot better. Which I think is always interesting with these Scamcorders. When you try to get the best resolution out of it, your frame rates take a huge dip because it's just not built for that kind of thing, even though it's advertised as such. Not that I think that the video quality looked any better in the 2.5K function, but the video quality was not good. The audio kind of surprised me in general, and I thought that the video making kit's microphone wasn't going to work, and surprisingly it kind of did. And it did actually make the audio on this thing a little clearer, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong, I could be hearing things incorrectly, but I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. And I gotta say, I'm interested to try and see how that microphone sounds on my Sony camera, because when I plugged it in, I didn't see the typical signs of it capturing any audio. So I'm not 100% sure. There's really nothing going on in that mic, just a couple of wires and a receiver, and you know, and it's really nothing going on in there. But I'm going to give the microphone a few more tests in future videos, just to play around with it and see how it is. But for now, we're going to be, well, closing this out. My opinion on this is, it's a children's toy. If you want to get your kid like 9, 10, 11 years old, like a cheap little video camera because the kid's taking an interest in movies and film and doing all that, then yes, something like this will be absolutely perfect for them. You're not going to spend a whole lot of money, and it's, you know, it'll show up relatively quick, and if it breaks, oh well, you spend $18 and you get yourself a new one. So, thank you for watching, and tune in next time.